46 seconds of two damn logos.
Something something I don't like this sin, something something I'm tired. Also the black bars here go up too late.
Because a lot of other clownfish had their eyes on this place.
Every single one of them.
That's interesting, since while this movie gets a ton of actual real clownfish facts correct, real ones live in communities where only the alpha male and female are permitted to breed, making me wonder why there are so many damn clownfish clans in this tight vicinity to be competing for Marlin's anemone.
So Jeremy seems to be implying that because Pixar got a lot of clownfish facts correct, that they should have also done this right. You know what else Pixar didn't get right? Fish's eyes aren't forward facing and they don't talk. Like, they still had to take some liberties for the sake of the story, and this is another example of that.
Oh, look. They're dreaming.
Okay, sure, if you say so, but all of them have their eyes open. And they're basically zygotes right now, but whatever.
I had to look this up, but this is one of those things that Pixar actually got right. Fish don't have eyelids, so their eyes are always open. Are we to suggest that Jeremy researched and found that Pixar got a lot of clownfish facts correct, but missed this one? This tells me that he half-assed his job, which we shouldn't tolerate, especially because they knew this video would be seen by millions of people.
We'll name this half Marlin Jr., and then this half Coral Jr.
I like Nemo.
For all of them?
How do you know that's what she was saying? Plus, right after this, Marlin then compromises by saying they'll name one Nemo, so your question is irrelevant.
Also, another interesting moment, considering that all clownfish are hermaphrodites, beginning life as males and then changing into females as the needs of the clan dictate.
Objection speculation. You're only bringing this in as if one of the babies would change their gender, when in actuality... Hang on, this isn't the courtroom.
What the? Who on earth are you?
Oh, hey, Captain. Cheesy here. Not exactly sure how I got here. Must have been an issue with the vortex manipulator. It's like a wearable teleportation pod.
Oh, weird. Can you fix it?
Let me see. Uh-oh. No. Aw, nuts. Nope, can't fix it at the moment. I guess I'll just have to hang out here for now and provide my own commentary for this video.
Well, I guess you already started. Sure, why not? You're the third person to barge in uninvited.
Cheers, mate. And again, sorry. Anyway, as I was saying before I cut myself off, Jeremy seems to suggest that one of the babies would have to change their gender, when in actuality the strongest male, aka Marlin, would end up becoming the mother, while the rest of the males in that particular school, once they hatch, would basically be unchanged. And while Jeremy brings this up later, I figured I may as well get this out of the way now.
There's over 400 eggs. Odds are one of them is bound to like you.
Foreshadow irony.
Yeah, no.
The Sparacuda wouldn't even know about the delicious clownfish babies if Coral hadn't darted down to protect them. Motherly instinct is addicted to kids.
Excuse me, come again? You're sending motherly instinct now? Isn't that characterization not a writing flaw? And the movie even acknowledges that, since right after Coral goes down, Marlin tries to stop her. You're sitting the movie for a character doing something wrong even though it knows full well that it's wrong, which is the equivalent of sitting a villain for being evil.
Coral?
Movie kicks you in the balls at the 4-minute mark, and your balls will not recover.
Everything wrong with Finding Nemo. The movie made me sad.
Oh man. I'm only laughing because when I went to Wikipedia to research that earlier sin about breeding habits of the clownfish, I read that they're hermaphrodites. So if the alpha female of the clan is killed, the strongest male remaining becomes female and takes her place, which means Nemo is destined to be a chick.
And let me stop you right there. Like the Birdman, CinemaSins, and Luke Deal pointed out, Marlin would be the one to switch to female, since he was the mature male clownfish and now Coral is dead. You messed up there, bud.
I promise I will never let anything happen to you.
Again.
You realize Nemo is the only one who had nothing happen to him, right? Meaning Marlin's statement is correct and yours isn't, right? Right?
Do I have 1, 2, 3? That's all I have? Oh, you're okay.
Father thinks that stripe counting is equal to perfect health. Though I should give him a break since his wife and 399 children died and left him on his own.
You're ignoring the context behind this scene. Nemo was inside a sponge right before this, and Marlin, being the overprotective father that he is making sure that he's okay by asking him if he can see correctly. It's similar to the question boxers receive, how many fingers am I holding up? It's not meant to reflect his entire health, just his normal way of functioning as a living being.
How's the lucky fin?
This is an asthma, but it might as well be. Child has some sort of affliction that makes survival harder cliché.
That's ableist.
We go out and back in. And then we go out and back in.
Obsessive-compulsive disorder.
So we're sinning realism now? Which doesn't exactly make a whole lot of sense since you're also sinning things for not being realistic. Seriously, Jez, what do you want? A documentary or a falsified narrative? You can only sin one, not the other.
Whoa, hold on, wait to cross.
Entire trip to school was devoid of other sea life, and then bam, this one spot has all the neighbors.
I mean, that's probably true of a lot of towns and streets, but saying that they all congregated here? And that there was nothing before? I'm confused.
This crab gets his shell stolen, but then in the wide shot, the two fish bullying him have completely changed colors, and the shell is gone. Either that or this school currently has 2 incoming students whose shells have been stolen by duo bullies, which would be weird, even in an ocean-based school.
Dude, it's obviously a different crab. And you say the shell is gone in this shot, but zoom in and you can see it's still there, proving this isn't the same crab. It's literally that simple.
Hey, you're a clownfish. You're funny, right? Hey, tell us a joke.
That's fish racist.
Don't you mean bassist?
Or speciest.
Yeah, yours is better, probably.
Hey, tell us a joke.
Well, actually, that's a common misconception. Clownfish are no funnier than any other fish.
It's also weird that we even refer to ourselves by the human-given name of clownfish, but that's another story altogether.
Seriously? It's okay for fish to be talking, have 2 forward-facing eyes, have human conflicts, and just generally act like humans while being fish? And yet the fact that they call themselves by their human-given names is going too far? Dude, seek help!
What's wrong with his fin? He looks funny!
Kids.
And again with the characterization. Plus you missed the real sin that Luke pointed out, so double sin.
Actually, the real sin here is Sheldon getting spanked by his dad despite him not saying anything about Nemo's fin. And since Ted was the one who made fun of Nemo by saying he looks funny, his dad should have been the one to react, not Sheldon's.
Let's name the zones of the open sea.
I doubt it was this exact one, but I'm sinning this motherfucker for being the same species or cousin species of that thing that killed Steve Irwin.
I got this one, Vader. Steve Irwin probably won't be happy about you sinning an eagle ray just for being related to the stingray, but I get it. He was taken too soon, and we all miss him.
So lyrical when you think thoughts that are empirical.
Is this school or the Wiggles?
Could be both, but how dare you?
Marty learns the school kids are headed for the drop-off 10 fucking seconds after they leave, but arrive so much later than them at the actual drop-off that it's basically inconceivable.
Marlin also spent a few more seconds arguing with the parents before he left, and I can assume that Mr. Ray and his class got a huge head start. While JXC did confirm to me that clownfish are faster than manta rays, I'm sure Marlin still had to find Mr. Ray before finally catching up to them. You know, considering how massive the open ocean is, he's lucky to have found them at all.
Let's name the species.
You can teach a song naming all the species to fish, but that doesn't mean they'll know which species is which.
So you rhyme here, and yet when you did it in The Grinch, you acted like you didn't want to? And when they pass a particular fish, Mr. Ray points it out and names it. He's not just listing off random fish and hoping the kids understand what he's talking about.
All right, kids, feel free to explore, but stay close.
I see lots of problems with these instructions.
And yet, you don't name them. So therefore, this sin is overruled.
Fish only notice the scuba diver when we do, which is when he comes into frame. Why did no one see him the entire time Marlin, the teacher, and all the students were looking in this direction?
Because he came from below. Jeez, was that so hard?
Okay, so I've seen this movie before. I know the ultimate moral is that Marlin should let Nemo live his life and not be a nagging rules-based father. But the problem is, this scene that sets the entire movie in motion sort of proves that Marlin was right, and Nemo was a dumbass, right?
Wrong. The only reason Nemo went out into the open ocean was because Marlin was being a nagging rules-based father. He did that to spite him, and he wouldn't have done that if Marlin was more understanding and less protective. Not to mention, even though Marlin is being overprotective, he is correct that the ocean is dangerous and you should be cautious. Nothing about this scene contradicts the message. You're just not paying attention.
These goggles fall off the boat here, but rest assured, not only will they be found long after this by Marlin and Dory, but they'll also end up being some sort of a goggles ex machina kind of thing, despite them having fallen off the boat basically in shouting distance of where all this began.
The goggles here are not a deus ex machina because A, they were shown several times before Marlin and Dory discover them, making them Chekhov's goggles instead, and B, they don't immediately solve the missing Nemo conundrum. What they do is help Marlin and Dory find the general location, and they're eventually used against an anglerfish in a later scene.
Jeez, do these fish ever know when there's something dangerous in their immediate vicinity? Bruce turns out to be a nice shark, but still.
Speaking of JXC, he actually did a ton of research into clownfish, and here's what he discovered. Clownfish aren't particularly good at sensing danger as they rely on their habitat to survive. They live in anemone, which stings any other living creatures, while clownfish are immune, something we even see in Finding Dory.
I am a nice shark.
Okay, sure, you're a nice shark, but you did everything in your power to make the fish you brought here uncomfortable. Why not tell Dory and Marlin that you're a nice shark and have no intention of eating them before going to your meeting?
Even if Bruce did say that, do we really think Marlin would have believed him? He's a shark! There's nothing Bruce could have done to alleviate Marlin's fears. And I only say Marlin because Dory didn't look afraid in the slightest.
A clownfish? Really? Go on, tell us a joke.
Man, sea creatures are really literal.
And yet, you guys take every single thing in a movie seriously. Meanwhile, when we do it, we get ridiculed.
Is it customary for scuba divers to write a return address on their masks?
Yes.
And we gotta find a fish that can read this. Hey, look, shark!
No, Dory!
After Marlin just sat in on a shark AA meeting and these sharks have done nothing to eat them, he still thinks they'll eat him, which causes him to panic and chase after Dory, which then starts a chain reaction to Bruce's relapse.
Jeremy, are you narrating again?
Here's Brucey.
This shark has seen The Shining, or The Tonight Show, but probably The Shine. Regardless, it's ridiculous.
Remember when Jeremy said sea creatures are literal? Yeah, he's being literal right now. Also, didn't Jeremy say this in his Onward video?
Also, Mount Doom, another LOTR joke. I thought Pixar movies were all about making Pixar in jokes.
He made that video 6 years after this one, but he apparently forgot about this scene when Finding Nemo referenced The Shining.
Also, sending the late great Barry Humphries. That's worth a few extra.
100, I take it?
And yes, I know it's a fair bit much, but it's kind of been a thing ever since he sinned Tony Todd in the Final Destination movies, and Robin Williams in Robots.
You can read?
I can read? That's right, I can read!
But why can you read?
Because this is an animated movie that has intentionally unrealistic things happen for the sake of the story. Hello? Did you think Pixar was going to be 100% accurate to reality here?
Inside jokes.
So Vader, mind joining in on this one?
Sure.
Jeremy sins Pixar's Easter eggs cliché.
He likes bubbles.
That's great, but you were not on any of these walls a second ago in the wide shot.
This wide shot is from the waiting room's perspective, and Peach is on the other wall facing the dentist's office. It's possible that she is behind one of these plants, and we just can't see her.
The pelican broke a picture, which the dentist takes as an excuse to talk about his niece and directly addresses Nemo with the ultimate reason why he doesn't want to be in this aquarium right now. Plus, Nemo understands English, so that's an amazing series of fortunate events that happen just so he can plan his escape.
Nemo wanted to get out of here before seeing Darla. Also, if he paid attention, Nemo didn't really understand P. Sherman. He just saw the picture and was confused, and then when he puts it down and leaves, the tank gang tells him about Darla killing fish. You're framing this as if Sherman gave all of that information to Nemo, but he didn't.
She wouldn't stop shaking the bag.
So her parents took the cutest picture of her with a dead fish after she murdered it.
Murder is a bit of a stretch there, Jeremy. She is a child here, and doesn't entirely understand how to take care of a fish despite being enamored with them, perhaps due to her uncle's side interest. So of course, knowing this, we'd have to downgrade the charges from murder to manslaughter, since she didn't intend for this, and assumes them to be sleeping, like we see later when she shakes Nemo's bag. But since I preside over a sin court, not an actual criminal court, she won't be penalised here. However, you, Mr. Scott, won't be so lucky.
Are you my conscience?
Movie saves a ton of animation time and money by putting Dory and Marlin in the darkest place possible.
So, the ocean?
No eating here tonight. Woo! Eating here tonight.
Get the f*** out of there!
You know they can't hear you, right?
He'll take us out of the tank, put us in the individual baggies, then we'll roll ourselves down the counter, out of the window.
Holy shit, everything was good to the point of getting in the bags, but then you're going to roll the bags? How? And then the window is magically going to be open? How?
Mate, this is Australia. Us lot having our windows open on a warm day isn't going to be unusual at all.
Oh, little Blue. She is sub-level, dude.
Okay, so Dory is lying on top of this turtle's back, all unconscious and shit. But just a second ago, they went through some sort of roller coaster ride where Marlin had to hold on to Crush's shell. So who kept Dory in place?
That's a straight up lie. Dory isn't unconscious here. She was counting down because she's playing hide and seek with the children. This is blatant scene manipulation.
Little fish have been searching the ocean for days.
Good thing there's a good old oceanic network where all sorts of different species report the news of a father looking for his son. Does this happen every time a fish gets lost? Is Marlin the only dad who ever looked for his son in the ocean blue?
No, that's not what's happening. The story of Marlin traveling the ocean to save his son was simply so freaking inspiring and memorable that every creature that heard it had to share it. It's like when you have a bad day at work and you feel the need to rant about it to your friends.
The word is he's headed this way right now to Sydney.
Thanks to a dentist who labels his scuba masks just in case he loses it and can't afford a new one.
Like Vader said earlier, labeling scuba masks is a regular thing people do, so I guess you just don't do that and lose everything. Also sin inconveniences.
Heroes get trapped in a wheel cliche.
So we have this, Pinocchio, and the Bible with its story of Jonah. Possibly add the book and soon-to-be movie Whale Fall in as well. Would that even be a big enough sample size to count this as a cliche?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there in the harbor waiting for you right now.
You know, trying to figure out how the f he gets on dry land to enter a dentist's office and help with your escape.
Jeremy yells at the screen cliche.
Okay, so this whale has a uvula, and whales just don't have uvulas. Which is weird because I was told the filmmakers really went into crazy detail on everything about all the creatures in this movie. You know, beyond the personification inaccuracies in order to tell the story.
Besides the facts that whales actually do have uvulas, you just admitted that the filmmakers still had to take liberties for the sake of the story, so why are you sending this movie for being unrealistic? While they took some things into account, they can't be accurate to literally everything, otherwise we don't have a movie.
This dentist places every bit of information these fish could possibly need close by in every situation.
But Sherman literally just installed this device into the tank, so it makes sense the instruction manual will be close by.
Dennis gets the net taken from him, but he immediately has a plastic bag ready, which amazingly enough actually freaking works. And he does this despite simply retrieving the net from the water. Have you ever tried to catch a fish in one of these things? It's impossible.
Not if you catch them off guard like Dr. Sherman did there. Which you clearly showed but are pretending just doesn't exist. God! Any more of this and I'm gonna feel like I'm on Vader's crazy pills again.
Guy who clearly flushed the last fish decides, nah, I'll put a stinky old fish complete with a bag full of water into this everyday trash can.
Just because Sherman does something one way doesn't mean he won't do it in a different way. But considering how consistent you are with your running gags, I totally understand why you don't get it.
All drains lead to the ocean.
Movie kills another several thousand pets with terrible, terrible science.
You really are plumbing new depths for a sin, aren't you?
No one's ever stuck with me for so long before.
How would you know?
She may have short-term memory loss, but there's a reason it says short-term. She can still remember some things, and in this case, remembering that no one was around for her and Marlin was is something I can easily buy. I mean, she also remembers how to read, right?
I'm looking for someone too. Hey, we can look together.
Maybe we're even looking for the same exact person.
I'm sorry, but what's the sin? Are you yelling at the screen again?
And there's no way you're gonna make me.
Hilarious, but...
And I'm gonna stop you right there, because you're sending something you like. Cliche.
Oh, okay, Thomas Newman. You just revealed yourself with the soundtrack. You just had to go back to Shawshank one more time, didn't you? Just one more time.
Oh great, so we're sending composers now? We'll get this video done quick. Adam Sandler's on the phone wanting you on a movie set in 20 minutes, you big man baby.
Also, as I said in the previous video, composers reuse music all the time. It's just a part of the business, man. Calm down.
Who's this Sandy Plankton that knows everything wrong?
Sandy Plankton knew everything wrong back in 2003, but thankfully for us, he did not start a YouTube channel to share his thoughts.
Wait, Sandy was wrong when he said sea turtles can only live up to 100 years. Are you saying, since he was wrong about that he'd be excellent at CinemaSins? I mean, at least you're self-aware about being wrong, but that doesn't excuse it.
With fronds like these, who needs anemones?
So, learning how to let his son take risks somehow also made Marlin good at joke-telling? And these assholes still think this is funny enough even though they heard the gist of the joke 5 times while he was butchering it earlier?
Okay, I'm just gonna let my inner Birdman out here and say that Jeremy is sinning his audience, which seems to be a really rare move for him. Beyond that, however, Marlin's self-confidence actually got a lot more of a boost during his adventure, so now he's less apt to bungle the joke.
Fish Frogger.
Jeremy, Frogger called. He wants to be put back in the arcade where he belongs.
Now what?
Exactly. I guess the movie is telling us they died in those closed bags because they couldn't get out, right? That's pretty damn dark.
Well, unfortunately for you, they are alive by the events of Finding Dory. Sorry, not sorry that you were wrong once again.
Whew, well, that was a lot of fun, mate. Oh, speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, you want a cameo in my upcoming video for the 3rd film when this is over?
Ooh, I'd love to. Just hope this video isn't released after that one. It is now retroactively seen as a prequel.
Well, that's strangely specific. Anyway, until then, court is adjourned. Oh, and look at that! my vortex manipulator just started working. Well, mustache, ta-ra!
Adios, amigo.